Hello and welcome to another Bushwhacker review. Today we are going to be taking a look at Kyle Busch's Skittles Darlington Throwback for 2018. As always, take a quick look at the box. As you can see, once again, just have the generic 2018 Darlington Raceway box, which is basically the same as the 2017 box. But on the front, you got Darlington Raceway, established 1950, official throwback weekend of NASCAR, with that vintage photo in the background. I never figured out exactly which year that photo is from, but it's probably like one of the first few years of Darlington. Anyways, on the side, you got 2018 Darlington Raceway. Got a render of the car right there. Standard finish, Lionel Racing. They made a total of 781 of these things. Darlington Raceway, standard finish. Got the vintage NASCAR International logo right there. On the back of the box, just have the Darlington Raceway logo again. 2018 Action Racing Collectibles, and you of course have your copyright and such on the bottom of the box. But anyways, here is the car itself. A great throwback, and obviously a throwback to the classic original Skittles car driven by Ernie Irvan. Which I'm really glad that they had Ernie Irvan at the throwback reveal. I do like when they had the original drivers as part of these throwbacks. I'm also glad they chose Ernie Irvan and not Derek Cope, because nobody pays attention or remembers that Derek Cope actually drove this car before Ernie Irvan, because it's Derek Cope. But who can forget the great Swerve and Ernie Irvan? And they did a pretty damn good job of, recreating this car on the new body. There's a few little things, like, for one, I don't know why they made this one stripe darker. You see this, bottom red stripe is darker on the new throwback, but on the old car, it's pretty much the same as the, rest of the red on the car. It's really hard to tell which is really accurate, because, you look at old photos, and old photos really don't have the same, color that, they really are. Like, you look at an old, Richard Petty STP photo, and it's not going to look that, bright day-glow orange-red color. It's going to look more like the STP color, because that's kind of what the whole day-glow thing was for. Even, Jeff Gordon's rainbow car or something, so I would love to find a way to get, actually look at one of these old Skittles cars that somebody still has somewhere, the actual real thing, to see exactly if the darker red is accurate or not, but other than that, all the colors are pretty much accurate. The blue seems a little darker on the new car, too. I also will say this kind of bugs me. I don't know why they didn't want to put Starburst on this car. The old car had a bright yellow deck lid that said Starburst, where they just kind of made it red with Skittles on it for some reason. Mars still owns Starburst, so what's the problem? Even if you didn't want to actually, have Starburst on the car, why didn't you still make the deck lid yellow and just put Skittles on top of it? Would have been cheating a little bit, but who cares? It's a throwback. But anyways, let's just focus on Kyle's for now. Do a quick 360 of the car. It does look very, very nice in person. Like I said, this is definitely one of my top 2 favorite throwbacks this year, between this and Joey Logano's Steve Park Pennzoil car. So, I definitely cannot wait for that Joey Logano throwback diecast, but luckily this one is already out. And man, am I glad to have it. I do like the throwbacks that actually have the originals for already. I already had that Ernie Irvan car before this was even revealed. So that was nice. Now please run an M&M's car. Or even the old Snickers number 8 car. Run anything. Kyle gave some weird excuse when they revealed this car. It was like, oh, we don't want to just throw something random together. We want it to mean something and really just do it right or something. I was like, what? You have 50 different paint schemes to choose from. Just pick the old 36 M&M's car and everyone would love it. Any of the old M&M's cars people would love. Do something random. Do the Millennium car. I don't know. But anyways, let's get down to sponsors. On the hood, you have Skittles, Taste the Rainbow. Got Toyota Camry number 18 and Joe Gibbs Racing. Down the side, you got Skittles. You got Ream back there. Which, that is accurate, where the rainbow just kind of dies near the back of the car. But I kind of almost wish they would have, maybe continued all the way to the edge. But, I don't know. That is accurate, so I guess I can't complain. Anyways, in front of the rear wheel, you got Interstate Batteries, Freightliner, Doosan, Mac Tools, Cessna, Siemens, Lincoln Welders, NATCA, and Sherwin-Williams. You, of course, have Stanley on the C-post. And on the B-post, you got Joe Gibbs Racing, Toyota, Snickers, Twix, M&M's, Pedigree, and American Heritage. You, of course, have your retro contingency sponsors and retro Goodyear tires and all that. On the back, you got Toyota Camry XSE, number 18, and Skittles. And you have Skittles Taste the Rainbow, again, on the deck lid. This is number 85. You, of course, have Kyle Busch's name in the rear window. Got the same stuff down the other side, but, of course, have Milky Way instead of Twix. Let's take a look under the hood. See, it just says Toyota, let's go places. There's the engine detail if you want to see that. Obviously, no deck lid on these new ARCs. Roof flaps, of course, still do open. And there's the underside of the car if you want to see that. And we bust back out the Ernie Irvan car again. Like I said, I definitely do love this throwback. Throwbacks that actually have the correct sponsor always get extra points for me. Because you really don't get many of them anymore since so many sponsors disappeared. Like, I mean, even just thinking, like, real throwbacks this year, you have this one, you got Joey Logano's Pennzoil car. You, of course, have Keselowski's Miller Genuine Draft car. You had that sort of weird David Reagan Sitco car, but they couldn't actually put Sitco because, you know, Sunoco is an asshole. So it was kind of a strange. They had Sitco actually sponsor the car, but it ended up looking really stupid because they were like Sit Guard Oil that just didn't even look anywhere near like the Sitco logos. So that kind of failed. But you had like the John Deere car this year too, but they put modern logos on that car, so that kind of ruined it a little bit. But I don't know. Cars that always have the correct paint scheme and the correct sponsor always do get extra points, as I just said. So honestly, the like Darlington throwback votes that people have, like, they're always so biased. I think Keselowski's actually did win one this year, so that's nice to see. But like, it's always like, I think people voted like Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson, which didn't even have the correct sponsor. They didn't even have the correct colors. Like, no, those aren't good. Get rid of those ones that like sponsors like, okay, you can run that throwback, but just change about, you know, everything about the throwback. You know, change the colors, maybe just change the number, you know, change some of the stripe. Like, we're just gonna change everything and call it a throwback anyways. I hate those so much. Like, Kyle Larson's this year was just so bad. But anyways, that's enough ranting on for one day. If you want this diecast as a brand new release, you can get it right now. It is also pretty easy to get one of the old Ernie Irvan Skittles diecast. Or if you said you can, I'm pretty sure you can get the stupid Derek Cope version of it that's on the really fat, ugly mold. This one's luckily on the good mold. Which, like I said, I still think it's funny that for some reason the Skittles primary is on the good mold, but the, you know, first M&M's car special one is on the fat mold. I don't know how that happened, but whatever. But I think I'm $200 to say, this has been a review of Kyle Busch's Skittles Darlington Throwback. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.